Back in 2016, there was a type of content that was really popular on YouTube. YouTube was a really right-wing platform. It was against all things progressive or social justice-y, especially feminism. There were many compilations of SJWs getting owned and out-logicked and everything.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts.
So let's just strawman the left by showing the worst examples possible and destroy those. The strategy was to attack people rather than their ideas. Even I was swept up into it and was unaware of all the misinformation that was going on. People, including me, believed that the gender wage gap was a myth, and anyone who believed it was stupid. The argument against the gender wage gap was that men were earning more because they were choosing higher paying fields like science and engineering, while women chose the social sciences and education. But the truth is that even within the same field of work, women are paid less. For example, male nurses make an average of about $5,000 per year more than female nurses. When I found this out, I felt really betrayed and lied to by the community. When I thought people cared about logic and reasoning, they really just had their own agenda. Luckily, RedTube finally came along and showed how stupid all the right-wing YouTube channels were.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, that all of the water levels around the world rise by let's say 5 feet over the next 100 years, say 10 feet by the next 100 years, and it puts all the low-lying areas on the coast underwater, right? Which, let's say all of that happens. You think that people aren't going to just sell their homes and move?
Just one small problem. Sell their houses to who, Ben? Fucking Aquaman!
However, there's still part of YouTube that's very right-wing. While there are some active YouTube channels, the biggest part is in the news section of YouTube. The liberal news outlets are largely disliked while the conservative ones have a majority of likes. If you scroll down to the comments, you're in for a real treat. Now, does it really matter what people in the YouTube comment section are saying? We've always known them to be garbage, but it's important to know that this is what millions of people believe in America. And these people are really stupid, so let's look at some of them, shall we?
The fact that vaccines are the be-all, end-all over good nutrition and exercise, the most basic of health advice, tells you everything you need to know. This isn't about public health.
Literally, no one is saying that. Nobody is telling you you shouldn't take care of your health in other ways than vaccines. The thing is, no matter how healthy you are, you still need to get a vaccine to lower your risk for the virus. You're just being willfully ignorant. In response to a video on Dr. Fauci, this person writes,
You will see more and more people willingly get vaccinated, right after making threats about taking away their rights. This clown doesn't know the difference between willing and being coerced.
Okay, so taking away their rights? If what you're refusing to do is at the expense of all the lives around you, you're a really shitty person. The reason why laws such as not being allowed to text when you drive exist is to help people around you. It's not about taking your freedom away. It's not that much to ask to get a fucking vaccine. And no one is trying to coerce you. Oh, but what happened to your facts don't care about your feelings? COVID is a deadly disease, and people not getting vaccinated is just pure stupidity. I hate how the quote-unquote pro-lifers think that not getting vaccines is somehow glorifying and you get to stand up for what you feel is right for your body. But honestly, it's just really fucking stupid. Sure, you can go ahead and drive without a seatbelt on, but nobody's gonna think you're virtuous for standing up for what you believe in.
Pretty soon, those with 4 shots will be blaming those with 3 shots for the 5th shot that have to take.
If you have at least one vaccination, that'll be much safer than someone who doesn't have any. Sure, there are booster shots, but those are mostly for healthcare professionals, and most wouldn't blame you for not getting it. Again, this is just another example of someone who misinterprets what people are trying to explain to them.
Forcing someone into doing something by taking things from them is not them doing it willingly. Don't be a slave.
Nobody's forcing you to get a vaccine. With a vaccine mandate, there would be the consequence of not being allowed to work, but many businesses are already doing this. It's not like you're gonna go to jail. Or maybe that's what these people really believe.
For once in history, the ineffectiveness of a medicine is being blamed on those who don't take it.
So typically, vaccines don't work if you don't take them. How does your mind function? I have no fucking clue.
I'm surprised people still believe the disease exists. What is making people sick? Their cure?
You literally have no idea how a vaccine works. They only give you dead versions of the virus so that your body remembers how to fight it for real. Most 4th graders can comprehend this.
I love how they call it vaccine hesitancy, like they just need to gaslight a little harder.
I know, you're just such an offended little bitch, aren't you?
When everyone is running towards a cliff, the man running in the opposite direction appears to have lost his mind. C.S. Lewis.
You're such an insightful edgelord, aren't you? You get your rocks off so hard knowing that you're just a little rebel and that's the only thing that gets you going ever since your wife's boyfriend took control, hasn't it?
You totalitarians are outnumbered. This will not end well for you. He who forgets history.
Oh boy, I can't wait. But you're the one who's forgot history. Have you forgot about the eradicated diseases like polio and the measles?
These satanists sticking something of theirs in the kids one way or another. Evil!
What? Evil!
I know, it's so evil when children are taught the truth about the world through science.
The ratio shows how excited we are to see needles inching towards our babies who are more likely to drown than die from Fauci's fascinating experiment.
I don't even know where to start with this. First of all, babies aren't the ones getting COVID vaccinations. And the rest, I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
If you have to be persuaded, reminded, pressured, lied to, incentivized, coerced, bullied, socially shamed, guilt-tripped, threatened, punished, and criminalized, if all of this is considered necessary to gain your compliance, you can be absolutely certain that what is being promoted is not in your best interest. Ian Watson.
Oh man, you were so bullied. I feel so sorry for you. Did your mom drop you as a kid, or are you just naturally this pathetic? Of course people are gonna ridicule you for being an idiot. That's the whole point!
If you had the ability to make people sick or die, and you chose who would be cured and who wouldn't, what title would you give that person?
What the fuck are you even trying to say? At this point, I'm just hoping that you don't have kids.
Imagine living in fear that you forgot to live.
Wow, did you get that from a Sarah Dessen novel? I know, getting a vaccination really takes your ability to live away. That 25 minutes of waiting during your appointment, you could have been spent jerking off like you always do. Also, what's up with this whole, let's go, Brandon? I like how boomers think they're so cool when they start trends like this. You look fucking gay. And that's coming from a gay person. Alright, so we get the point. People are stupid and can't comprehend even the most basic logic. It really comes down to what people are willing to trust. People don't find professionalism and people in big suits with big words as real and authentic. They'd rather trust Callie on Facebook than a scientist that's been studying pathology for the last 5 decades. I think they believe that if they can't understand someone speaking about a complicated subject, it's better to assume that person is saying something wrong rather than trying to get themselves to be more educated so that they can understand the topic. It's also about feeling superior and that you have some set of knowledge that no one else has. It's why products such as ivermectin, which is a dewormer for horses, gets popular amongst these people. They think that if you do something that's against authority, that it somehow automatically makes them right. The truth is that there's a lot of reasons to not trust authority in society, but to not trust science is just plain ignorance. My faith in humanity gets a little smaller every day, so let's just hope that future generations don't end up like the adults in our society now. That's all I have for this video. See you all next week. Bye!